Ryan Little.
My tap water better.
Tap.
This that straight from the shell fire pipes tap water, boy.
What's good, fam? Welcome back to the AIROMA pod. And it's kiing.dg. And I'm here with...
You here with Deuce?
What it do is drill with a J.
Here to bring you some interesting topics, y'all. Y'all feel me? Some interesting topics.
Just a thing.
Ha. But nah, though, like,
You spear me.
I ain't gonna lie. I got my own little conspiracy theory going on right now.
About what?
What the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? That BS right there?
Talking about Rob 49?
I think that nigga, shout out to Rob 49 because you helped this nigga. He helped Tyrese Halliburton get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
So you saying that?
And he helped them get to the like.
So you saying that since he put out what the hell then that made them win against the Knicks?
That energy, bro, I'm telling you. He even had them courtside at games, gave them free tickets, all because of the song. More than one time.
So Hallie and Helly is the same?
What the
He
Halliburton?
did say what the Halliburton?
Yeah.
No, he said that.
Hey, yo,
He said that.
I think he put him in the video, too.
Okay, wait. Then my question is, why didn't LeBron? You know what I mean? When he said, "What the hell, LeBron James?"
Nah, he was already home.
I guess I don't know when he
Yeah,
made
it was
this
already
song. I don't know when he wrote the song. You know, what
That
I'm
nigga
talking about?
literally said Halliburton is my favorite player now.
He said, "What the hell,
For real?
LeBron James?"
He said Halliburton is my favorite player now.
Nah.
All because of that. Bro.
All because of what?
Because of the song.
All because
how
he made
they-
his song go up.
And then exactly, I told you Halliburton was in the video. He got him.
So
For
Halliburton.
real, wait, Halliburton was in the video.
From my understanding,
crying,
So
man. I ain't
Halliburton
gonna-
saying, Halliburton saying he fucked with the song,
yeah, he fucked with the song.
or Rob 49 saying he fucked with that's his favorite
Both.
player?
Both of them.
Both.
Okay,
They-
okay,
both
okay.
of 'em.
It's mutual type shit.
Okay.
Supposedly.
So
Yeah.
So Rob 49 favorite player is Halliburton because Hallie snapping the playoffs basically like
Nah, basically because he allowing him to get all them streams. You feel what I'm saying?
same
And so
goddamn thing.
exactly,
You know.
he allowing him to get all them
So I
streams.
feel like-
what the
Hey,
hell?
yo,
What the
hey,
Halliburton?
Shit, I ain't never seen. Hey, shout out to Hallie. He just got a new fan. Number one, you know
I'm
what
about
I
to
mean?
say I don't know nobody else who said they favorite player Halliburton.
Halliburton.
So
That's why I said it like
Nobody.
that. Like shit, shout out to Hallie.
What the
Shout
Hallie?
out to Hallie.
But yeah,
But
why?
yeah, that ain't the reason why they got there though. I don't
No,
know.
that's the
Yeah,
main
I don't-
reason,
I
though.
don't know
so that's
if
not the reason why they beat the Knicks.
That is the reason
That's
why.
not
Wow.
why they beat the Knicks.
Crazy.
Hold on, most importantly,
you
though,
could have fooled me.
Can y'all agree to Siakam being the MVP or what?
No, I
y'all-
just thought of that.
Bro,
No.
did y'all see the way Halliburton walked up when they was headed out the
I'ma
trophy?
say,
He thought he was about to get that shit.
all right.
I didn't see that.
My only
Bro,
question is,
that
I did
shit,
see his
bro.
face.
No, I think Hallie definitely should have got it, but Siakam won. He had a great game.
I don't know. He had a really good series overall,
He
though.
did.
Like
Yeah,
he was
did,
consistent
but
during the
He
series.
was consistent, but I don't think he
I think he was more consistent than Halliburton, honestly.
more consistent. Okay, we talking about scoring. This Halliburton still always contribute on the assist end.
I don't know. Even like when he
Bro, we
had
can
a
look at
bad
stats.
game, that bad game that he only had like 6 assists, and so it was like that was his game. That was his down game. He had maybe like
That's one game.
for sure. But what I'm saying
We
is
talking overall?
Siakam was consistent throughout the board from you know what I mean.
But you can.
I
I
agree with
don't
you,
know.
bro.
All you gotta do to me at the end of the day, if we talking about eye test, like I don't know, bro. You gotta play basketball. Like when you playing basketball, you know.
I
like,
think it's close.
you can look at the stats at the end of the day, but you don't know who's
You
the
know what I
dominant
mean?
nigga on that court. Like, nah, well, I didn't know he only had that, but that motherfucker, I ain't even want
But
to check that.
still, even like
So
in
it's
the
like,
game
like
that,
Halliburton
that the
had the
Knicks
most, he had the
stole,
most influence. Like
in the
that's
game
not
that the Knicks
facts.
stole, though,
Yeah,
I
most
think
influence.
that
easily.
He didn't
I
say
mean
what
that's
that-
his team.
And
He
Siakam
So
got a
of
point guard.
course,
Siakam got a point
Siakam.
guard.
of course, but see,
Bro,
my
shut
my,
up.
my
I'm
question
just
is,
saying.
my question is, if you feel like Jaylen Brown should have got it last year, then I feel like it's cool justifying Siakam getting it this year.
I don't think that's the same.
Because I feel like Tatum had that impact that you're referring to that Halliburton had, but he, you feel what I'm saying, still had those game lapses that they took.
I don't think it was
That
the
they
same.
took from him.
And the reason why I don't think it was the same is because Tatum is not a playmaker like Halliburton.
I'm not talking about his
I-
role.
I
I'm talking
understand
about
that,
his
but I'm
impact
just
as a
saying, but
player.
It looks different.
No, I'm not talking about the
It looks
visuals.
different.
I'm talking about how, like, not referring to the plus minus specifically, but How do your team play when you on the court and when you ain't on the court?
It didn't look the same, bro. Like they would have never won if Halliburton didn't hit a game winner and shit like that. Like Tatum won't doing that. Like Tatum didn't have that same impact in that series. The way that Halliburton had an impact on this series, that's not the same. Like, I see what you saying about the. Siakam,
I'm more
like,
talking
Halliburton
about
had a better-
Siakam and Brown.
Brown deserved it. Like you could see it. He passed the eye test. Like Brown played better. I can't say that
I
for
think
Siakam.
Siakam. I think it's
I
much
don't.
closer than
I
what you saying.
I think
That's what I
I think Tatum and Brown was closer than Siakam and Holly.
Facts. Agreed.
I would say maybe similar. That's why I compared the two. I think it's similar, but I don't know if it's as far as, you know what I mean? Like, I think that Halliburton only lost by like 1 vote. Same thing last year. I think Tatum just lost by 1
They only
vote.
did that because how he was on that Reggie Miller type shit.
That
like,
yeah,
and New York didn't fuck with him. Like,
and they already
I don't
said he was
care.
the most
overrated player.
So it's like they didn't want to give him the MVP,
nigga, yeah, they didn't
bro.
want to give him that. His
That-
daddy did that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Like, bro,
It's
I don't
some
care.
low-key
I- like,
blackball.
I don't-
It's some
like,
blackball.
I'm not
So-
even
so-
looking at-
so-
that's
so
the
what
stat.
y'all
I'm looking
saying
at the
is
game. I'm watching the
If they
game.
beat OKC,
they not winning this series without Halliburton.
so you
like,
saying if they beat
they not winning without
OKC,
Siakam either,
is
I'm
they
not
gonna
saying.
give Halliburton or
he
if they
gotta play
gonna get?
better.
No, I'm saying if
It
they
depends
play
on the
exactly
series.
how they played,
Just last series.
yes,
I-
this past series,
I
do
believe
you
Siakam
think that
getting
they gonna?
Now that we just said,
Yes,
now
I'm about to say.
that
So
out
y'all
loud, I
saying
think
that
Siakam
they're
getting
gonna
that
give
shit.
Siakam the benefit of the doubt just because they don't like Halliburton. That's what y'all saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually do. Unless Halliburton clearly plays.
I don't agree with that fully. I see what y'all saying.
Clearly Halliburton didn't clearly play better
Exactly.
to them
He had
niggas.
more of an
Exactly.
But to me,
impact,
he-
Because
bro.
then they would have gave to him
he
because
did, but I gotta look
he's
at
the
the
franchise player.
Because
And
when I
so-
look at
For sure.
I'm gonna look at the stats, but when I actually look at the game, it's like Halliburton clearly had a bigger impact to me.
I don't know.
Like,
I really just
he just
I,
did.
I got a lot of respect for Siakam. Siakam was on that Raptors
like,
team
I'm still
that
talking about
beat us,
watching,
and
like,
so.
fuck all that.
But I'm
watching
talking
the
about
game.
just Siakam as a player.
I do too, but I'm watching the game. Halliburton had a better series. Like that's just how, like they wouldn't like. That's just how I look
don't
at it.
know.
They not winning that series without Halliburton. Doing
They
what
not
he did.
winning that series without him hitting that shot for sure. I agree with that, but I
not even
definitely
just
don't
that,
agree
though.
with. I agree with you when you said they not winning without Siakam and his
Yeah, they
contribution
not.
as
Hell no.
well. Because Siakam was snapping.
I can't say he was snapping. That's why I say I gotta look at the stats, bro. Because
I
he had
don't
that.
know,
He had
bro.
that one great. He had that one great game. Other than that, he played to his averages. Like just like Halliburton was damn
Just
near
like
his average.
That's what I'm
But he-
saying. Exactly.
But he
Halliburton
impacted
did the
it
But his
same
impact was
thing.
higher,
And
though.
he hit like two.
He don't average
he
15
had
assists.
two game buzzer
15
beaters,
assists,
right?
15 assists and 0 turnovers is just as good as that 31-point game Siakam had. But they don't.
Facts.
The thing is, they don't value assists how they value points. It's just
See,
what it is.
I also think that they looking at not only like them in the wins, but them in the L's too. And so that's what I feel like was the determining factor for a lot of the voters. I don't know if they like how he played, and that I think that they really holding that more against him than they holding Siakam's batter games against him. Which I feel that, and
That
whether
makes
it's fair or not, he's the franchise player, so they're gonna hold that more against
You talking
Halliburton.
about the L's?
I'm talking about the L's in the games that they lost. I think that they holding, or not even just specifically the games that they lost,
So,
just
yeah,
not
so
the
the
games that
game
they
that
had
you
their
talking
best
about,
games.
the game that you talking
I
about,
think
that
they
Hallie
holding that
had-
more against Hallie than they holding that against Siakam.
And that's true because the game that you said Hallie had 8 points and 6 assists.
hmm
Siakam had 15 and 6 rebounds. Went 5 for 13.
Which that's not that good either.
5 assists. Like they both played below their average
Yes.
on those games.
On
they
that
played
bad
below
game.
their average.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's
And I feel like they
uh,
holding that more against
that makes
Halliburton
sense.
than they holding that for Siakam because
Siakam.
Halliburton's supposed to be the better player.
And then the other game 4, what's this? Game 3, Halliburton 27 4, 7 for 15. Siakam 17, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Like that's what I'm like. Hold
That
on,
was the
like,
other L, right?
That was another error.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's what I'm like.
And
I
that was
can't really
average
say
for both of
Siakam was
them.
playing- I didn't see Siakam just playing. Oh no, he did have 39-point game. That nigga did have 39-point game. That
But
nigga
see,
snapped.
just like you
snap a
said,
couple
that's why I
times.
said
He
he
did
was
snap.
snapping. But just like you said, Halliburton was snapping that one game where he had that crazy stat line.
That 39-point game was definitely snapped. But yeah,
So
either one definitely could
you
have got
both,
it.
either one. That's
But
my point.
So if we
That's
talk
my
about
point
impact and eye test, Halliburton, I feel like when I'm watching the game, Halliburton had the impact. Like
for sure.
if Halliburton won't know that, well, I can't say he won't on the court because they backup point guard is definitely tough. He don't get no credit. McConnell is nice.
McConnell, I do ride with TJ.
That nigga nice. But I will say like it's still I don't know.
I think that I really think the fact that they
I can't say the team don't be running with Halliburton not on the
Oh,
floor.
nah.
They really do.
'Cause
So
they
I
got
can't say
pieces.
that. I can't say that. I
Okay,
can't say
before
that.
we get to them in the finals, how y'all feel about Minnesota going out like that?
I knew they was gonna go out like that.
I'm just saying, Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, like the way they went out, that was kind of
Kind of what?
It won't good, bro.
Bro, y'all was looking at me crazy when I was questioning them when they played us game one. And
It's
y'all
not
said
even-
I was tweaking.
It's not even that, but what
I
I'm
never
saying.
said you was tweaking. I'm just saying
We
I
said-
think y'all would have lost in 7.
Okay, that which is fair, but what I was saying
Okay,
was
so-
they had like they were flawed,
Definitely.
and that's what I was trying
we
to
didn't
point
say
out.
they were perfect.
Nah, John, you cap.
Oh my god. But
D not cap, but John cap.
What I'm getting at is the fact that Anthony Edwards went out like that and didn't have a 40-point game, 30-point game. And then the game before they got eliminated, they both only combined for like, they both only had about 15, 20 points together.
They got that ass
I
locked
think
up.
it was less than. I don't
Probably
know.
less than that.
I can't remember exactly what they had, but
I think Randall
they
had a
was
good
getting
last game.
clamped.
The last game he done, I'm talking about the game before that though.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they
I
was
think
getting
Randall was more
clamped.
consistent in
Yeah.
Edwards that series.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he had that- I think Randall had that.
As the
had that,
second
yeah.
player,
I
yes.
think he
If
actually
we
had
looking
a
at him
more
as a second
consistent-
player,
he actually
yes.
had a more consistent jump that series.
I
ain't
agree.
gonna lie.
If we looking
But
at
I
him
ain't-
as a second player,
I'm not surprised. Like only because he really Joe got a point about when Curry was on that court.
they was
I'm looking at
shaking,
them niggas
boy.
like,
They was scared.
Cause my whole defense was them niggas too small, but the way they
Right.
was playing is like
Cause
I
we
ain't gonna
was too
lie.
small.
Curry on that court, they definitely can beat them.
Tight.
So I say like I'm not really surprised, but to me, everybody got to get Denver way more fucking props. That's how I'm looking at this shit. Cause them niggas, if OKC win this, niggas looking at Denver like they really want better than Denver. Them niggas was banged up. No bullshit. I'm like Denver would have won again. Like that's how I'm like Denver was healthy. They looking like they would have won this shit again.
So okay. So my
That's how I'm
question,
looking at it.
my question for you is, cause I ain't gonna lie, I agree with you as far as Denver, but I'm not gonna cap. I think the T-Wolves is a great matchup for Denver more than they are for OKC. So I don't know how that would have went.
Okay, you talking about if they would
Like that matchup is a different, exactly. Like I agree with you. I think we do gotta get the Nuggets a lot of credit.
Minnesota beat them in 7 last time.
Did it go to 7? It might have
I
been
wanna
6,
say
but
seven. I
yeah,
want to say yeah.
yeah, they did. No, they beat them last year. I'm trying to figure out if it went to 6 or 7.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think-
no, they
I don't-
beat them.
I think it would have been tough to beat them 2 years in a row.
I agree with that as well.
That's the
For
only
sure.
thing.
I just
sure.
think that it would have been, we wouldn't have been able to just be like, oh, Denver was just going, get the Timberwolves up out of here because they beat them last year.
Denver definitely a better matchup for OKC, clearly.
For sure.
And it is about matchup, so we can't say nothing. But I think Denver, I think Denver was the best matchup for OKC.
To answer your question though, DG, when you like, did I expect them to just do that? I did expect Ant to do a lot more shooting the past 2 games. Can I say that I'm surprised? Nah, because he a youngin' and his favorite player KD, like, not the, but you know what I mean when I'm saying, like
chill,
he
bro,
might
chill,
not
chill.
he might not empty he's not his favorite player, not Westbrook. His favorite player KD.
So you're
And
saying
if you
he
watch
could be a little
basketball,
more relaxed.
I was about to
Then-
say
then
he
Anthony
may
the
more
Cook, I was
apt
about
to
to
be
say.
more relaxed than to give everything. If he don't think Westbrook, even if he don't think they're gonna win, Westbrook gonna give everything he
He still
got.
go out there and
Nah,
shoot
I feel
that.
He's
that.
bitch.
still
Even if
gonna
he
shoot
over
20
20,
shots. It don't
he's
matter.
Still gonna hit
If
that
KD
bitch.
I
don't think
feel
they
that.
gonna win, he's not gonna. He gonna be like, you know what, y'all got
He
it.
gonna
Y'all
go-
won
he
this
gonna
one.
get past it,
Yeah, he gonna be like, y'all got this one. I'm gonna see y'all next time. And I think that's what Ant was on. Like he was like, all right, y'all got this one.
Okay, I
I
agree.
We gonna spin back.
I definitely believe that part. I do think Ant was on some shit more so like, okay, they got this shit,
Mhm.
and it's like,
Y'all win this year. Y'all got it.
oh no.
Now, should he have done that, or is that a bad look? That's a whole nother, what I'm talking about.
Nah,
But
do y'all think the Pacers got a chance to beat them?
Yes.
Yes.
To beat OKC?
Yes,
They definitely have a chance.
absolutely.
They
Really,
They
out of all the
definitely have a
teams,
chance.
they
the
wanted
best
the
matchup.
yeah,
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they have the bench to match with them.
yes.
The only thing they just don't have a fucking Shea. That's the
Mhm.
only thing. So I do think OKC is the favorites for a fact.
For
But
sure.
do not be surprised if Indiana beat them.
And I think
Do-
that OKC
Do not be
has
surprised if Indiana beat
a
them.
level of size, like not even their style
They
in their
play that's
size.
what I'm saying, bro. When I watch them play, they don't play the same,
Mm-mm.
but they built the same.
I was about to say,
It's
but
like
their
they built-
pieces are the same.
Because they got a OKC to me has a better defense, but like I feel like when Indiana's in the fast break, them niggas move
It's so,
so
bro.
smooth. Like
Bro.
I feel like this.
They run
When it
fast
come out
break
to their-
off a make.
When it comes out to their starters, yeah.
Like,
they really
huh?
do. Like when it comes out to their starters, like I done seen their starters all hit double digits more than anybody, even
Mhm.
more than OKC starters.
Yes.
Like all hit double digits.
Because
sometimes
everybody
Dort
scores.
Sometimes Dort not gonna get double digits, and sometimes Hartenstein might not get double digits. But I done consistently seen like when Indiana clicking on all cylinders, when they offense clicking on all cylinders, Neesmith all them
Yes.
10+ points.
Yes.
Every single one of them. Miles Turner, Nesmith, Siakam, Nimbar, like
No,
all.
that's a
McConnell.
fact.
So
That's
like
a fact.
they the ones who
Yes.
can really like they really match up. They can match up with them. That's why I said like they built the same, but they play different.
Mhm.
Like OKC play different. They got a Shea, so
Right.
they can sometimes they can play through Shea.
They can slow down
You know,
sometimes.
they gotta play as a team. Indiana got so
Mhm.
they don't play the same, but they team the way they relative size and relative size and they got the deepest team. They got the deepest teams in the league.
For sure.
Like McConnell, Mathurin be coming off the bench.
Man,
Mathurin might
what?
give you like the thing about him, he be efficient. Like he might give you 20 in 20 minutes. Like nigga, that's fucking crazy.
Because
like, this nigga just gave me 20
when he
20
hit,
minutes.
he on some clay stuff. Like
Yeah,
when
he
he see a couple
balling.
go in,
Nah, fact.
And then you got
them
Toppin.
jumps just start
You
falling.
got Toppin coming off the bench. And then
OD.
Thomas Bryant had what, 3 threes?
Bro,
like
Thomas
the
Bryant last
That nigga got
game.
like 13.
And he been quiet.
Because he won't play because Tony Bradley was
Yes.
they had Tony Bradley playing, he ended up getting hurt. So it's like, bro, they really got a deep
They got
bench
niggas,
just like
Yeah.
Facts.
and I ain't gonna lie. Indiana's bench to me has been playing better than OKC's
I
bench
think they
in
are
the
better.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the only one on the bench who's been consistent in the playoffs to me is Kassan Wallace.
I was about
Wiggins
to say
haven't
that.
been too consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Joe hasn't even been. I fuck with Joe because I feel like he was the better one, but Kassan Wallace looking at the best.
I
one
think
on
Joe
that bench
was
right
the
now.
better one.
But
as
Joe hasn't
well.
been consistent. Wiggins hasn't been consistent.
Yeah, they've been
And
more
they just now
consistent
started picking
than Joe.
Kawhi Williams. I like Kawhi Williams. I'm like they or Kingrick Williams, number 34. One of them.
Okay.
I like
I know
him.
you're talking about.
And I'm like they stopped playing him, but they started playing him again. I'm like I'm glad like that was tough that they started playing him again because he be alright too. Like if you just watch basketball, you know who can play basketball.
So
But I do think Indiana bench has been more consistent in the playoffs.
the biggest thing
So
that I
that's
think
why I won't be surprised.
might hurt OKC is the fact that like Rick Carlisle, and
Experience?
I was about to say
His
a lot
coaching
of people be
experience.
sleeping, and I have a love hate with Steve Kerr sometimes, but Steve Kerr has beaten teams by out coaching when our team wasn't the better team. I think Rick Carlisle has done that. Like he has had games where it was like, dang,
Where have your team not been a better team, Joe?
against the Rockies this year we wasn't the better team for nothing.
Okay, you talking about like I thought you talking about championship.
No, I'm just talking about bro. See, that's why. I'm not gonna get on the tangent.
It's the Warriors like they had a dynasty. Stop it. Go ahead.
We missed the playoffs the same equal years we have championships. In the same 10-year span, we missed the playoffs the same amount of.
They had a dynasty.
Like
though.
you're right,
Yeah,
you're not
dynasty,
wrong. I'm
though.
just
That's all I'm
saying
saying.
it
Yeah,
was
dynasty,
the
though.
same amount of.
You can't look at us like why
For sure.
It's like, bro, you had a dynasty.
But I
Stop
get what
that
you're
shit. They had the
saying.
most recent dynasty, bro. We're gonna talk shit.
Don't try to act like we recently missed the playoffs multiple times. That's my only
But I'm
thing.
saying, y'all nigga have a recent dynasty that
For sure.
just broke up. Like
My
I didn't-
point
like, come on.
is, Rick Carlisle is a great coach, and I respect him and
For
what he
sure.
been doing this year in the playoffs. And I think OKC got to watch out for that because he got something.
Cause they gonna key
I
in.
know
They
it.
gonna key in on Shea.
Yes,
Nah, for sure.
he
They
got
gonna key on Shea.
something
So
for them.
Jalen Williams,
'Cause he is a
Jalen
smart
Williams, You
coach.
better have Jalen Williams, but you gotta have a series of your
Has
fucking
to, bro.
Because in the playoffs,
Him and Chet is
they
gonna be
make,
the factors.
They're gonna make somebody else beat them, but Shea.
Yes.
Cause that's how they going. That's how they
For
gonna go. Don't get me wrong.
sure.
Everybody know Thunder is well rounded, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not letting that one nigga beat me.
You can't, bro, because he
Can't do it.
will.
Because if they always like even
He
in
will.
the regular season when Shea don't get 30, they don't.
It's
It's
harder
hard.
to beat
It's
them.
hard for them to win.
Yes.
It's hard for them to win if Shea don't get 30, and it's hard to not get. It's hard to not let Shea get 30 though.
And it's like when he
Okay.
do got 30, it's hard to. They
still
so
hard
hard
to
to beat.
Yeah, it's still hard to win. But I will say they, you know, what I mean, they got a better record for win.
When he don't
do
got
got
30,
30.
for sure.
Hey man, I got one more question for y'all before we move on from the NBA. Cooper Flag, man,
Duke Nation, y'all know what I'm talking about?
What about him?
#1 pick, going to the Mavericks. How y'all feel about that?
This is a real question.
Real question.
I mean, I feel the same exact way when the Spurs got the #1 pick and they
Tight.
got Wemby.
And when the Cavs had #1 pick with LeBron, type jump.
I mean, I wasn't really watching basketball at that time,
but now
but
I'm
like,
saying now that you put a piece.
now,
together.
I mean, now that I put the piece together, I can't speak to it the same because you feel what I'm saying. I can't speak to it at face value. But what I can speak to is Cooper Flag, and I'm a Duke fan. But ain't no way that he was supposed to go to the Mavs.
Facts.
I don't care what nobody
What
says.
a 2-point got. The
Bro, they had
2.8%
literally like
chance?
a
Get the fuck
1.8%
outta here.
chance to
Y'all
get the
handing them
jump.
that.
Come on,
Come
dog.
here.
Exactly.
You talking
Come
about
here.
finesse?
All
We need,
could
hey
they
look,
got rid of their
hey look.
superstar.
Let me tell y'all something. We need Luka to go to LA, bro. This what we gonna do for y'all. Anthony Davis, we gonna give y'all a TV show. And then goddamn, we gonna give you a TV show.
Say it again for. Tell
Hey,
tell
hey,
me-
hey.
tell me a little
Anthony
louder.
Davis,
I
we gonna
forgot
give you a
about
TV
that.
show,
Yup.
right? So we gonna
I
hush.
forgot about
You
that.
gonna give you hush money. That's your hush money. And it's like, what's the GM name?
Nico.
Nico, we gonna give you the goddamn.
We got throw a little lot. Yeah.
How you gonna do that? Don't worry about that.
Just wait.
And then boom, Cooper flat. Boom, just that
Just act
simple.
surprise on draft
Same
day.
thing with Popovich. How the hell them niggas get Wemby? Like we didn't even talk about that. Like how the fuck they get Wemby, bro?
Bro.
That shit was one. They said Tony Parker already knew the nigga because Tony Parker from France.
Because he's
Come
French.
on now.
And they had David Robinson.
Crazy work.
And Tim
Come on
Duncan.
now.
So it was like, okay, let's keep the legacy going. Because at the end of the day, it's still an entertainment business. So it's like, they sell it. They selling the story. You see
And
what
they're
I'm
a
saying?
big market, so big markets get
So
they just do.
I think the Cleveland got the number one pick after LeBron left with Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I just see the video. I don't know if it was true or not,
But
but
that shit's not a coincidence.
they said LeBron
LeBron.
was practicing with the Cavs while he was in high school.
I didn't know that. Because he was in Ohio. I mean, but he was from Ohio.
He was practicing with the Cavs in high school.
Shit,
And
That-
the
that- that's
Cavs
not
got
surprising.
fined for that.
That's not surprising. I mean,
Shit,
y'all know,
Chicago,
like-
Detroit. I mean, D Rose from Chicago got number one pick.
Patrick
went to
Ewing
the,
is from New York
Bulls.
City.
Hey,
so,
man,
yeah.
it's written, bro.
So yeah, like they definitely
In
like,
our
The
face.
script be scripting, boy.
they be
No,
they
yeah.
gotta sell something. You know what I mean? It's easy to sell that hometown hero.
Gotta sell the hometown hero.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense.
No, it definitely.
But see, I ain't gonna lie, Cooper Flag from
But we talking
Maine
about talent
though.
Cooper Flat though. My bad, cause we definitely
from-
on
he
a
from
rant about
Maine.
that how they got number one pick.
But
I think he good though. I think he's straight. We gonna
nah,
see.
he gonna
I
hold on.
I like looking at them.
I
in
know
the
I
summer
said I
league.
had one more question, but no, this is the last question.
He got two more questions.
Before we move on,
Be capping.
no, I know because it just popped in my brain. I'm gonna let you go first, Joe. Do you think Cooper Flag is gonna start?
Who the Mavs? Well, low key they gotta start him to keep it a buck. It's been too much publicity going around the Mavs for them not to start him off rip. If he start playing bad, then that's one thing. But like off rip, he the number one pick, and he's like
So PJ Washington coming off the bench, basically.
somebody, one of them. I'm sorry, they gonna have. It's gonna be hard trying to sell the fans that yeah we just gave up Luka, but now we not gonna give Cooper the chance to be the number one.
PJ or Clay?
It's low-key gonna be Clay, unfortunately, and I love you, Clay. But I hate to even say that, but it's gonna be you, unfortunately,
He
my
try
brother.
to move to a better situation, and
bruh.
got top right back on the bench.
Free Clay,
God
man.
damn.
On me, bruh.
Go ahead, D. What you think?
On Ken and them.
Is he gonna start, bro?
Free 11. 31.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. The way they be trying to protect their assets now, like I don't think he's starting because they be
I
trying
just
to
wanna
That's
see
an
what you
interesting
think with your
perspective. You mean
answer.
like
You
as
said
far
what
as
you-
injury?
you
You
said that
mean as
shit
far as
last
like
time.
injury and stuff?
I think they trying to protect their asset because like Zion said, I ain't been hurt. They don't let me play, and I
For
believe
sure.
him.
I believe that
So,
too.
I think it's gonna be lively, and I think Anthony Davis gonna play the 4 because you know he always complain about playing the 5. So I
Mhm.
think they're gonna keep him at that 4. I do think Cooper can play the 3.
I
But I think
think
they're gonna keep PJ and Clay there. Now, if Kyrie don't start the season, Cooper's starting.
Facts.
I don't think he gonna start the
If he
season.
don't start the season, Cooper's starting. I ain't gonna lie.
So what they gonna put him at?
He going to the. He might have to go.
They
to
gonna put him at the 2 or something?
'Cause I think they're gonna keep 80 at the 4 because he always wanted to play the 4. So I
Uh-huh.
think Cooper playing the 3.
So who
Because
gonna
he
run?
can play the 3. I think he can play the 3.
So they just gonna. So wait, that don't
Clay
make no
has
sense
to-
though.
They're gonna have to have somebody else. At
I'm about
the
to say,
one.
so you just gonna throw somebody else at the 1.
Most definitely, they gotta get through the. They
So it's
gotta
gonna be
go
random.
together.
Clay, PJ, AD Lively. Still, he ain't gonna play.
What you mean?
How you gonna put him in if you not put him at the 1? Is what I'm asking you.
I'm not putting Cooper at the 1.
They gonna put him at the 1.
But if Kyrie not
he
playing, I was about to say
okay.
if the only
He's
person
not a
that you
1, bro.
removing is Kyrie,
They're not
nah,
putting
he
that man
not.
at 1.
He not a 1.
I'm not telling he is a 1, but I'm just telling you what they could do.
They not putting him at no 1, bro.
They gonna have to bench Clay or PJ if
They
he
might
don't
have
do
to.
that.
They
Is what
might
I'm
have to,
saying.
but that's all I'm saying is they're gonna want scoring. So it's like unless they
For
get
sure.
a good vet point
Can PJ score better than him?
score. If we been honest,
In the
yes.
NBA, yeah, at this
Right
point,
now,
yeah, I was about to
yes.
say
I
right
really do
now,
think
I don't
PJ
have no
can.
reason to say that
because
he
PJ
can't.
already got the experience. PJ just
Mhm.
playing his role.
Exactly.
No, facts.
But I do
you
think
know.
he can right now.
Okay.
Right now, he's
Alright,
stronger
that's-
and all that shit. Like,
That was
yeah.
my last question about that. So
You sure you don't
this-
got another one just
nah,
popped in your
facts,
head?
facts.
Tight.
This not even really a question. This is mainly for the people and for the culture. And I just want to see insight, how y'all feel about this. But
He trying to get a reaction.
nah, I just want to let y'all know, NBA YoungBoy is the youngest to have 8 albums platinum. Joe, how you feel about that?
I seen that. I think it's a little different. Like in the streaming world that we in right now, I don't really know what that means
I agree.
anymore.
You don't know what platinum mean?
No, like I know actually like what it as far as like sales what it means, but as far as streams, I don't know what that means as far as streams because for one, like that's not the same as when, you know what I mean, other artists was exactly going into the CD store buying copies of your stuff.
So if we being real, I mean that's
So
facts.
like in streaming, what does platinum mean in streaming language?
That really means he really whatever it said he got, he
He
really
had
got
to
that.
sell more than that, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So really he busting off the charts.
Right.
Type shit.
What do you mean
So,
by that?
what I mean by what?
So what he means by that is like streams is
If they
equated
say
less to than one sale of a CD.
Exactly.
And so let's just say the factor is like one CD to, you know what I mean, point 0.5 streams,
Yeah.
then that means half a stream equals a CD, which
Yeah,
he had to
so
sell
how
2
do they
times.
do that? Because I would think, I don't know. I would think they would, okay, say the CD is $20. So I would say, I would
Alright.
think they would equate it at 20. So whatever streams is $20, I would think they stop it right there. Because I don't think they went by, like, when shit was going, when we was buying shit, they didn't go by the plays. They went by how many sales it got, right?
Facts.
How many CD sales or
So I
how
would
many
think-
copy
So
sales?
whatever equivalent, so how would they do that? Like,
For example, a certain amount of streams equals one copy
Equals
sale.
X amount of dollars.
So that's how they
so how do
doing
they
it.
do it? They'll do it by money,
I-
money?
It
I
has to
can't-
be some factor,
It
some
gotta be
conversion
like-
factor.
Yeah, for sure,
This
yeah, it's
CD
got-
was $5, so like the equivalent of $5 of streams is one sale.
Exactly.
Type shit, yeah.
And so
I mean,
and
if
then
that's the case, then it's like that shit. I can see.
I mean, and then I asked like, okay, what's the difference between like, if I play an album straight through, you know what I mean, or then if I just play majority songs on an album, like, do that count as I'm streaming the album?
It
Or-
counts, yes, but
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
think
play
so.
a song. All right, so if I play a song one time, that don't count as a stream. I think I gotta play it 3 to 5 times for it to count as a stream.
Okay, so when you,
That's not every platform. Though.
that's not every
No, it's
platform.
not. Every
and
platform
so
different.
It is. So I remember Chance the rapper has this album, if y'all don't know, called Acid Rap. Y'all remember song Juice, right? He couldn't
Yes.
get Juice on that jump on the stream platform because he originally put it out as a mixtape, but he has a message on Juice like, yo, I really wanted this jump up here, but I couldn't. But every time y'all play this all the way through, some money goes to whatever charity or something that he said that some money goes to a charity every single time you play that Juice record through on Apple Music. And so I know on certain platforms like Apple Music, you know what I mean, you got to play a certain duration of the song. Tight. And so, bro, I was tight that they didn't have enough Apple Music. That's a throwback. But that's what I mean. Like, it's hard now for us to, like, back then it was like, if you bought the CD, that's one. That's a sale. Now it's like, I guess now it's like you really gotta show me.
Like, how did y'all do that?
And I was looking at something today. I don't know how true it was, but they said he averaged around 8 million streams a day.
Good God.
Which is
That
crazy.
sounds crazy.
Which is crazy.
Damn.
8 million streams. So is this
Yeah,
like
like,
in all
he's-
platforms?
All platforms.
Ain't he like the most streamed artist outside of like Drake?
Yeah, like yeah.
Come on,
Facts.
dog.
So I mean, all this hate
8
he been
albums?
getting, man.
It's
Y'all gotta
it's
stop
probably
it,
gonna be
bro.
more than
So
that,
do they
like
consider
soon.
these mixtapes albums, bro? When they
That's a
like,
good question.
Cause then they be considering some of them mixtapes.
Basically, because they all on certain platforms, so it's no difference now.
So why they be calling them mixtape? Cause they definitely be labeling his junks as mixtape.
Because the only difference is now is the rollout. But other than that, and the label wise too, also because label wise they'll say you owe us such and such albums.
Okay.
So say if I drop 3 tapes, they'll be like, yeah, those are mixtapes, but now this one's an album. They get to
Mhm.
pick and choose what's on the album.
for sure.
That's some bullshit.
So I think that's also why YoungBoy used to drop so much music too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm gonna get these shits out.
Nah, that's what I remember. Vaughn said the same thing. Vaughn 1700 said the same thing.
So I don't know. That gent kind of.
I think that he probably gonna have more than that very soon because 8 don't even. He got a very big discography, and so you know what I mean. Soon it's gonna be 12. You know what I mean. So I don't know. I think it speaks to his fan base, but not only his fan base, but just his consistency as well.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. His tour about to be crazy.
I just say also with YoungBoy, like his circumstances is what really like allowed this because I don't think if he was really in the pen, one, he wouldn't be able to make this much music. But I will say like him being isolated like that on house arrest and like
My boy got
being in
pardoned.
trouble and shit one is like his circumstances allow him to really like sit in the crib and make music, but like he actually, you gotta respect it because he ain't have to do it. Like
No
he could have just sat in the
cap.
crib and
Been
Been
depressed
enjoying
and
his
lazy.
bread.
Yeah.
Been lazy. Like he really in the crib and just really just.
Just keep making
That's how you know
music,
he
bro.
love it though. I ain't gonna lie. That's
He
how
And it
you
was
has
know.
during the
to.
pandemic time, you know, we was quarantined, and it's like, bro, can't no artist really say nothing
He was
because
on
like
house
he was
arrest
really,
about 4-5 years.
Bro,
he was really
literally,
dropping
dog.
music. You see what I'm saying? So his circumstances allowed that too. So it's like that's some hard work though to me, cause that's a lot of music, bro. And I ain't gonna lie though, like knowing like people who make music, like even like even DG who make music, these niggas got hella music that y'all ain't never heard, like that you would never hear. So it's like you can
Yes.
drop a lot. It's crazy. I'm surprised, but at the end of the day, like with the digital, how the digital world is now, it's very possible to drop fucking 8 albums in a year and shit.
Easily.
But
Fact.
niggas don't do it. So when
No.
you see YoungBoy do it, it's like, damn, that's wild. But it's like it shouldn't. In today's time, it shouldn't be wild because you could just drop.
Because
anything,
how
like-
streaming is, you can just drop it whenever you want.
So it's like I wonder why people don't make more music. If that makes sense. Like I wonder why people don't. Like I say, major artists don't drop
Okay.
as much. Is
So
it the label or is it the artist? Like why
So-
don't they drop as much?
So
'Cause
DG,
DG
how
drop now.
how you feel about that question, DG? What would you say to that?
Why people don't drop as much? Most of
Yeah.
the time it do be the label, and I feel like cause Wallow be telling artists the same thing. Like, bro, the songs you got in your hard drive or the songs you got in your phone, that's your $1 million you sitting on right there. Cause
Mm.
niggas just sitting on songs that they don't
Assets.
even know that what's the bangers. Like, you already got an influence, you already got a platform. Why is you holding your songs?
Okay.
Like,
That's
I don't
no cap.
understand it. Like,
That's what they got.
even
that's
to
what
the
I'm saying, they got a
underground
lot
artists
of
today,
music.
when I see my homeboys and anybody, they be like, yeah, I ain't dropping it yet. Why? Why you not dropping it? You have no reason to not drop it. You holding your chances better not making it. I mean,
Okay, let me ask you this. As an artist, if you ever been in a position where you had some music you ain't dropped yet, why would be the reason?
see me, if I got some shit I ain't dropped yet, mainly is because I feel like I could have did better on the song or it don't sound how I wanted to sound like sonically. But
Got you.
some niggas that had hella shit that they know they feel like the one or you feel what I'm saying, but just nah, they not ready yet, cuz. Who not ready, nigga? Like, I don't know.
You know what's crazy that you say that? So I remember when I was listening to J. Cole like audio podcast jump, and he said that he had wet dreams for so long. He had wet dreams for way longer than he had Forest Hills Drive. Like he had wet dreams before he got on. And so he
See
just
what I'm
held that
saying?
jump.
That's fucking crazy.
You
He
see
just
what
held
I'm
that jump.
saying?
You feel what I'm saying? And that turned out to be one of his biggest songs that he ever had. But he held on to it, and he was coming to that point where he was feeling like, you know what I mean, I just need to, let it go at this point. Because he
Nah,
said
fact.
he had that jump for like, on some like warm-up, low-key older than that type of music.
It's funny though, cause now I think about it, like I watched the Pharrell Lego movie. Shout
Mhm.
out Pharrell.
I still ain't watching.
Gotta watch
And
that
he was
jump.
talking about how like
That
he
jump
made
fire.
he got so many beats, and the ones that he don't drop, he'll revisit it
Mm-hmm.
and then edit it
Tight.
type shit. So like, if you're looking for something, he just go in his catalog, and then however his creative process is, he either I don't believe he keep it the same. Like he probably like say if you drop the song right, like say a musician made a song, and like you say you might not you feel how for whatever reason you didn't drop it, and then just say like 3 months later you revisit it, but you edit it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how he looked at his beats. Like,
Mhm.
all right,
You kind of changed it for the situation at hand.
you slept on it. You know what I mean? You got sometimes like
Mhm.
you probably heard some more music, and like that
Got
you
some
might
more
have-
inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna add this to it. You know what I mean? So I
No,
don't-
facts. See, that's just different because he more so making beats too. So it's like
that's
he still
different,
gotta
too.
wait for artists to get on the beat. So,
For sure.
But I feel
Yeah.
like that's why.
For
whatever
sure.
What you just said.
Yeah,
that's why I was
so-
like, okay, this.
but it's
artist-
like if you got finished songs, you have no reason to be holding it. That's just how I look at it. Like,
I feel that.
I don't know.
That makes
Unless you
sense.
got a rollout plan, okay, cool. But most of these niggas don't be having no rollout plan, bro. Like,
For real though, because they not really putting together projects like that.
Nah.
They just putting together compilations
So,
of songs that they
yeah.
got.
I don't know. That's crazy. But
Shout out to YB, man.
yeah, shout out to YB.
Shout
man. I
out
ain't
YB,
gonna lie.
man.
Shout out
Alright,
to
man.
Top.
One more quick question for y'all, man. Well, this ain't even a question. It's more so like a if I'm. One is free my
Tight.
man's Tory. How y'all feel about him getting stabbed up like that though, bro?
I mean, look, bro. Some people saying it's Rock Nation. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. All I know is those is the type of
Boy said
things that
Rock
happen when you
Nation.
locked up. Okay. Now, if somebody put a hit out on 'em or what the case may be, I don't know. Now, I definitely think it's ironic that he survived that jump. I ain't gonna lie. Not on no. I ain't trying to be grimy, but in a lot of situations, people die from stuff like that, and so I think that's the part that I'm paying attention to more than the fact that it happened. Like, yo, he lived. Like,
Facts.
I feel
facts.
Joe 100% because that's
No
like how I
cap.
like he
felt.
lived. Like he
Damn.
ain't even
And
die.
I seen
and
him like,
that's
this
how I
He
nigga,
ain't
feel.
this
die.
nigga not dead. Like, that's
Bro,
Tight,
shit.
did y'all
literally.
see?
Like he got shot
y'all seen
14
the
times, and
blood?
yes,
Nah, I
Bro, that
ain't seen
shit
the
was
video.
bro,
blood,
he
bro.
looked crazy, dog. He lived. The first update I got it was like he's no longer in critical condition. I was like, yo, for real? And this don't just happen like, you feel what I'm saying, recently, and he was
Wicked.
back to recovery mad quick.
Yeah, I just seen that he was alive. I was
Mhm.
like, damn. I said, that's crazy. That's God for
No cap. That's what I'm
You know.
saying.
to me.
And
So-
then it's like 2 different videos of Megan saying she didn't get shot.
I mean, that was already. We already knew that she said that initially.
So I don't
I didn't
understand.
know that.
Bro, it's 2 videos
That was
of her
the
admitting to
original-
stepping on glass.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
bro.
I know the original junk was like, oh, she stepped on some glass. That was the original story
But I'm
when it
saying,
first happened.
of course, but
That
I'm
was
saying
but was it evidence
she came
revealed?
now.
I
She
don't-
came out. She was in a hospital bed, but they was interviewing her. She said she stepped on glass. She did not get shot. When they interviewed her at the scene, she said, "I stepped on glass. I did not get shot."
Yeah.
She said it twice, and then you gonna say afterwards, "I was just saying that to protect him." Why would you protect the nigga that shot you?
That's the whole. That's what I'm like.
So like, make it make sense, bro. Like,
It never made sense from the jump because of the story that was perpetuated from the beginning. Like the story wasn't consistent off
It
rip.
never was.
and they didn't find
That's why
none
you
of
never
his
knew what,
DNA
like,
on the
The
gun.
people would have never known what was going on. But I did hear that they found no DNA of that man. on
A
the
lot of the
gun.
testimony or a lot of the things that they was
That's the
basing it
only thing
off
I
of
heard.
was just the evidence of the witnesses saying like
Nah, it won't. Nah,
it won't. I
could-
thought it was
they
the
was
girl. I thought it was
that's
the other
what-
girl who said that it was him.
But that's what I'm saying. She's the one that
Yeah,
shot the gun. That's
right.
the crazy thing.
I about to say I thought the other best friend was like, oh nah, it was Tory.
Exactly.
And so
So
that's
my
what I
thing
thought
is-
everything was
Oh, I
really
didn't know-
going
I didn't
based
know
off of that.
I didn't know that. I
Megan
ain't really
and
know
the
too
best
much
friend
about
was
it.
saying it was Tory.
Yeah.
But my thing is how they didn't take her DNA, but they took Tory DNA.
Because somebody said, oh, a black man shot somebody and ain't nobody think twice about it.
Come on,
Right.
bro. Make it make sense.
Come on
Bro,
now.
that's
Yeah, but they said they didn't find his DNA on the gun. I remember hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying.
That's how I'm
They
like, he
ain't
ain't found
find
DNA
none
on
of
the
his
gun. Why
DNA
the
on the
fuck am I
gun.
get-
Why
the
did
fuck
y'all
I'm in
lock him
prison
up?
Get my ass jabbed up.
Man,
Why
what?
is he in there for 10
Getting
years?
poked up.
I
No
don't
Diddy.
know, man.
It's a
Cause
blessing he alive though.
man,
like,
what, bro?
What?
I know some people want him dead though. You know.
When I seen
Right.
14, I was like, yo,
Yeah, no, that's
if you hit somebody that many times, you not trying to talk to him no time soon.
nah. That's
You know what I mean?
yeah. You trying to get him?
Yeah, you trying to get him up out of here.
So
So-
that's just from my perspective.
That jump was definitely crazy. I think that it's bringing more light, cause that's why I also think that it did. Him getting stabbed brought light to the situation. For real, for real. People started back talking about it. I feel like if he wouldn't got stabbed, that footage wouldn't have got released.
But why it take for him to get stabbed for the footage to get released though? That's what I don't understand.
Because everybody
bro.
know that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Everybody was always skeptical of what the actual truth was. We already knew that that wasn't the full story. Even if that's what actually happened, we knew that that wasn't the full story. Like we knew it was something being left out. Even if he did shoot her, something. Did the story come out like that? You already know it's some.
Okay, that shit shouldn't have been public.
Because everybody
in the
say
fir-
it's,
in the
you
first
feel what I'm
place.
saying? It's always three
Yeah.
sides to a story, you know what I
Once it get
mean?
once it get to the
Your
public,
side,
it's
my
like,
side, the right
we don't even
side.
know what the fuck really going on.
We don't even know what's
Yeah.
going on for
So,
real.
and
Nobody.
niggas be saying, be having everybody got an opinion.
Yeah,
But be
niggas,
saying
like,
too much, like
niggas
especially
weren't
with
even there.
especially
Like,
with
come
that.
on, bro.
First of all, with
No.
that, especially with that fucking. It all started with that dumbass Quando Rondo and fucking
Oh yeah,
Talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Vaughn
Vaughn.
shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
that's
that shit was
funny.
on video, so niggas seen that shit.
Yeah,
And
A lot of people speaking on
so
that.
speaking on that, but it's like niggas Like, you
didn't
still
know what
don't
was
know
going
You
on.
still don't really
And
know
then even
what's
with,
going
you know what's so
on.
crazy, even with
Like,
that, they didn't even show every
goddamn.
angle of that. Because the
No.
first video we seen, we thought we knew it all.
Yes.
Bro, niggas didn't even know that fucking them niggas got shot. So it was like everybody kept saying, yeah, Tim killed him, but
Now we
Tim
did
had-
only see that one video.
Tim had
That
got
one.
shots, and some of their
Mhm.
other homeboys that got shot too. That's what I'm saying. We only seen Vaughn get killed. We didn't even
Yeah.
see what happened and why the police officer started shooting.
That's
And
what
we
I'm
only
saying,
seen that one angle from
Only
behind the
seen
truck.
one
Like that was the
angle.
only camera around, which
Because
it
everybody
most likely
out there
won't.
said once bro shot Vaughn the first time, that's when everybody ducked because the police
Mhm.
started shooting at everybody. So a
Right.
lot of niggas got shot.
I
that
do
night.
remember that.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Like niggas just yapping about that, and then
Yeah.
the Gunna case with Thug and Gunna case.
I
Like
just
niggas,
asked somebody about it.
niggas
That
don't
day.
really know. We don't really know what the
Yo.
fuck going on. Well, then Thug just now He just kind of started saying.
Yeah, because Gunna
just-
got.
But you didn't know shit until Thug said something.
But that's because
You see
Gunna
what I'm
got
saying?
wise hell tatted. He got it covered up. So
Okay, so now, but you see how long it took? What is it? 20?
because when Thug first came home and they interviewed him, Thug was like, how's the situation with you and Gunna? He was like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out just like y'all is. Like you welling. You.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, cause I ain't gonna cap.
I have no problem with Thug.
Come
saying
on,
that.
bro. But even
It's
such,
his
like,
business.
it is just business. But they still allowing that. They definitely still allowing the story though
Yes,
for
most
money.
definitely. Most
And so
definitely.
that's why
Most
it's like,
definitely, yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
But
originally,
I don't necessarily agree with that, but
for sure.
it's they, you know.
But that's their
Yeah, that's their
prerogative.
business. Yeah, for sure.
And so that's why originally when it was like, oh, Gunna snitching, it's like, bro, come on, dog. You really think if somebody really snitching on me, I ain't finna carry it like Thug
Thug
carried it for sure.
I feel that.
I'm gonna let everybody. He's told on me. I'm letting everybody like, yes, no.
So you saying
Look
that's
at the
how-
papers.
You saying
Yeah.
like niggas calling out a rap
Because-
like, he's a rap.
A
I
lot.
about to say Thug be calling other niggas.
I was about to say, did he not call Kid Cudi a rat?
He ain't call exactly, but he ain't call Gunna a rat.
He called Kid Cudi a rat.
That's a
He ain't
fucking
called
great
Gunna a
point.
He
rat.
did not
That's
call
a great
Gunna
point.
rat.
That's a great
That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't know.
That's a great
That's
point.
all I'm
So
saying.
you saying it could be for the money line?
I'm just saying, definitely. I think it's for. That's what it looked like.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just
Even the whole Lil
speculating.
Baby thing. Lil Baby never once came out and said, Gunner, you're a rat. He kept saying niggas was rats, but it's other niggas around him that, or niggas that he know that he could have been talking about.
Cause bro, you know he can't mess up that.
And insinuation.
That's what I'm saying,
yeah,
bro.
so-
Cause he got so much success with Gunna that's
Yeah.
like you undermining your own words at this point.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thug the same way.
Hey, let's bring up they op real quick, man. Wife and Lucci home, man. That boy free. And that new song he dropped.
I
actually
ain't
hard.
listen to it.
And it's trended over YB song, surprisingly.
Over
He
Finest?
just came home.
He just came home, dropped the
pretty
video. Yeah. He been home for like
That's
some
what I
months.
thought.
I was
now.
about to
Yeah,
say,
he been
I'm
home.
that's what
saying,
I
like,
He
thought.
dropped that music.
I'm talking about exactly like.
Okay.
Hey, that boy Lucci back.
Yeah,
He
so-
think he got jabbed up in there too, right?
Yeah, they tried to take him out.
Hold on, bro. Didn't they say he was tipping too?
Nah, they ain't.
Okay,
nah.
okay.
Yeah, they just have him and support. Like he
They
said,
just
he
the-
says like him and Thug.
Right.
The main.
Okay.
But that shit real though, cause of Rich Homie and that nut.
R.P. Rich
R-
Homie.
That nigga named Nut and shit. So
yeah.
like, nah, that shit real.
That just get spooky. Hey man, anything y'all need to get off y'all chest,
Gonna
man?
wrap this up. Nah.
Nah, time out. What I need y'all to do for me is go on that Aroma Brand VA.
Hold on, Joe. Before you say that, hold on. Take the phone. Listen.
Listen, Linda.
Before he say that, cause you know we gonna say our little just dudes and what we need y'all to do, but y'all motherfuckers just heckling us in the comments. I see y'all. Talking about, bro, I ain't even gonna say what y'all said, but I see y'all. Go ahead. Wait, it's all right.
Hey,
Go ahead, say what you about to say.
I love
just
it,
had to
man.
make a
I
PSA.
love it, man.
SPA, service public
Nah,
announcement.
service public announcement. Go follow the brand. Go subscribe. Comment. Let me know how y'all feeling about the topics. You know what I mean? Do you think? First of all, I need everybody to just be like, top is GOAT. All right, that's number one.
No cap. YB is
But-
better in the comments.
Let me know if y'all think that Siakam should have got that. You know what I mean?
Or
Finals,
no.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP
Or
though.
no.
That's what I want to know. What you got to get off your chest, dudes?
I ain't really got nothing to get off my chest for real. Like, comment, subscribe. You know,
Some nice Roma that you got there.
Fat.
type shit.
Hey man, same thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all better do it. What y'all supposed to do and stop playing.
Y'all heard that? He said y'all better do it. That's
yeah,
tight.
he demanding y'all niggas.
That's
I'm
tight
a
crazy.
damn shoulder, man. Nigga, y'all keep commenting. Y'all comment some crazy stuff. I peep it. That's all
He
right.
said-
Hey man, keep the comments coming, man.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, we got some stuff coming for y'all. Roma out.
Roma out.